let's take a look at these word problems. So we've got an investment problem here, and it's talking about interest. So we're going to use the equation PRT equals I. And we talked about this in class, principal times rate times time equals interest. So I kind of like making a table. And really this just is a mixture problem, and we're mixing money from these two accounts. We're mixing the interest. So I have P, R, T, and then I have I. I know principal times rate times time equals interest. I know I have a 7% account, and I know I have a 5% account. I know that my total interest is $168. So my interest between those two accounts has to add up to that 168. And let's see, what else do I know? My time is going to be 1 year. Okay, he invests some money. He invests an X amount of money at 7%. So I have an X for my principal. $1,200 less at 5%. Well, $1,200 less is going to be X minus 1,200. My rate for a 7% account has a decimal, 0.07, and then 0.05. Multiplying across, I know I'm going to have 0.07x, and I'll have 0.05 times x minus 1,200. So my equation becomes then that 0.07x plus, and I'm going to go ahead and distribute that out, 0.05x minus, and then that 0.05 times 1,200, 60. Has to equal then 168. So I add those two together, I get 0.12x minus 60 equals 168, plus this 60 on both sides. I have 0.12x equals 8, 2, carry a 1, 228, divide by 0.12, divide by 0.12, x equals, well, 228 divided by 0.12, I get 1,900. Now, I think I'm going to have different numbers than you, so make sure you just kind of use this as an example. But what we're looking at here then is our X was what? The amount at the 7%. So that is my 1,900. And then I have 1,900 minus 1,200 on my other account, so that's going to leave me with 700. So I have 1,900 at 7%, and then I have the 700 at the 5%. So that's a mixture problem with money, where we're just using those two different accounts. In our mixture problem with liquids here, and we just kind of use the general formula of percent times whole equals part. Percent times whole equals part. Where the percent, is just that percent as a decimal, where the whole is really the amount of solution. And then our part is going to be the amount of antifreeze that we use. We're going to mix a 30% solution with a 93% solution. And what we want to get then is a 65% solution. So our decimal equivalents of those percentages will have a 0.3, a 0.93, and a 0.65. So let's see, how many gallons of 30% should be mixed with 10 gallons of 93%? Well, so our X there, because that's our unknown, that's our X amount, should be mixed with 10 gallons of 93%. So I've got 10 gallons of 93. Together, we're going to create X plus 10 gallons, right, when we mix those two together. So our equation then is going to be based on 0.3x, because my percent times whole equals the part there. 0.3x, I'll have 10 times 0.93. That has to equal then 0.65 times x plus 10. So I've got 0.3x plus, move that decimal one place, 9.3 equals 0.65 plus 6.5. Moving that decimal one place. And let's see, we've got an x in there somewhere. Forgot the x. Okay, so we go ahead and solve this then. I'll minus my 0.3x, minus my 0.3x. So I have 9.3 equals, what do we do? 0.35x plus 6.5 minus our 6.5 minus the 6.5. So I've got 9.3 minus 6.5. So 9.3 minus 6.5, 2.8 equals 0.35x. So we divide by 0.35. We divide by 0.35. Divided by 0.35. So I get 8. So 8 equals x. So we know then that we're going to have 8 gallons of that 30% antifreeze there. And if we mix that then with our 10 gallons of the other one, we're going to have our correct 65% mixture. So let me know if you have questions on those still, Jessica.